forecast, relatively quiet with a chance of hurricanes. That report leads off CNN Student News. Fridays are awesome. Here's the deal. Forecasters from Colorado State University are looking at conditions for the 2014 Atlantic hurricane season. It officially runs from June 1st through November 30th, though hurricanes can form at any time. This year, meteorologists expect things to be relatively calm, with 9 possible tropical storms and 3 likely hurricanes. On average, there are 12 tropical storms and 7 hurricanes. One reason for a calm forecast is El Niño. It's a natural climate pattern that means warmer water in parts of the Pacific that can have a calming effect on Atlantic weather. But forecasts are far from an exact science. In 2012, there were almost twice as many storms than experts expected. Last year, there were 2 hurricanes when 9 were expected. Satellites, planes, ships, and sonobuoys, like the one you see in this YouTube clip, dropped from above, diving into the ocean, listening for anything that could be a signal from a Malaysia Airlines passenger plane. It vanished more than a month ago. No trace of the plane has been recovered. Signals have been heard beneath the Indian Ocean waves by several different listening devices on several different occasions. But to understand why it's so hard to pinpoint the plane's possible whereabouts, you have to go deep.
Plunging to nearly 15,000 feet below sea level is a journey into a mysterious abyss, a journey few humans can even comprehend. The Boeing 777 is about 200 feet wide, 242 feet long, and possibly so deep under the Indian Ocean that you'd pass the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, and the tallest building in the world in Dubai on the way down, and still be only a fraction of the way to where the plane wreckage might be resting. Keep plunging, and you've entered a place sunlight can't reach. The Pinger locator is being towed well below that, 4,600 feet below the surface. Marine biologist Paula Carlson says at these depths, marine life is unlike anything most people have ever seen.
And then the deeper you go, you find less and less. They have to be very cold tolerant. They might not even have eyes. They may be blind because they don't need to see. There's no light down there.
Keep going toward the ocean floor, and at 12,500 feet below sea level is where you'd find the wreckage of the Titanic, which took some 70 years to discover and where it still rests today. And if it were turned upside down at 14,400 feet is where you'd hit the iconic peak of Washington State's Mount Rainier. Only after all that would you reach the spot where search teams believe the pings from the flight data recorder are coming from, 14,800 feet into the abyss.
If that doesn't capture the magnitude of this search, then imagine what one oceanographer described for us. He says, picture yourself standing on top of one of the highest peaks in the Rocky Mountains, looking all the way down and trying to find a suitcase in the dark.
The pressure at nearly 15,000 feet is crushing, and very few manned submarines can even withstand it.
There are only half a dozen subs that can go to basically half the ocean depth, with a number of countries having that capability. If it gets to the point of collapse, it basically implodes. It just crushes.
Finding the plane is daunting, bringing it back from the deep, even more difficult. Ed Lavandera, CNN.
You might have had sriracha before. It's a hot sauce. On the Scoville scale, which measures spiciness, it's about half as hot as Tabasco. But a California City Council is turning up the heat on the factory that makes it, declaring the factory a public nuisance. This is all because of how it smells. People in the community of Irwindale, California say a sriracha plant that's close to town gives off spicy fumes. So spicy that residents say it's given them asthma, heartburn, teary eyes, and nosebleeds. Since it opened, the plant has brought new jobs to Irwindale, and the company says it has state-of-the-art air filters to prevent pollution. But because of complaints, the city has given the plant 90 days to clean up its act, or representatives are threatening to make changes themselves.
Time for the shout-out. Winners of what sporting event are awarded a green jacket? If you think you know it, shout it out. Is it the U.S. Open, Kentucky Derby, Masters Tournament, or Indianapolis 500? You've got 3 seconds. Go. The Masters Tournament played at Augusta National Golf Club is synonymous with the famed green jacket. That's your answer, and that's your shout-out.
Jack Nicklaus has worn that jacket 6 times as champion of the Masters. His first win was in 1963, his last in 1986. The tournament's going on right now. It's been held for 80 years. It's one of those sporting events with both history and mystique. And it's not just because of the way Augusta, Georgia looks in the springtime.
Masters is the first major golf event of the year, and it's the unofficial start of spring. The Masters is much different than everything else because it's held at the same golf course every year, Augusta National. The reason the tournament is so exclusive is it's still an invitational. It's very much like getting invited to the member guest at your local club. They bring people from all over the world to play in this thing, and it's the greatest invitation that you can get in the game. The course changes almost every year. The course that they played in the 1930s bears no resemblance to the course they're playing today. Every year something is tweaked, something is changed. President Eisenhower was one of the most famous members at Augusta National, and he always had difficulty with the big pine tree to the left of the 17th fairway. Ike was a slicer, and he started that ball right at the tree, and most of the time it got hung up in there. He threatened to chop it down, and Clifford Roberts told him that he might have freed the world, but that tree was remaining. The Masters is the most sought-after ticket in all of sports because there's no place to go buy it. The tickets that have been around, people have had them for decades and in some instances generations. You can get on the lottery program for either practice rounds or the par 3 tournaments, but to get in, it's a very, very special treat. Perhaps the 2 most significant events in golf were Jack Nicklaus's win in 1986, still considered perhaps the greatest golf tournament of all time, when the Golden Bear came charging back and became the oldest Masters winner. The other was in 1997, when Tiger Woods burst on the scene as an amateur and became the youngest Masters winner, setting a record for margin of victory in the event. The green jacket was originally established so that people would know who the members were at the club. They wanted the members to all be wearing something distinctive so that if a spectator, or as they call them, patrons at the Masters, had a question, they would know who to walk up to and ask. First winner to receive a green jacket was Sam Snead in 1949. It was an idea that Bob Jones thought would make the tournament a little more special and set it apart.
For our last roll call of the week, we're going to start out west and make our way cross-country to the Golden State. In Temecula, California, always glad to see some Bulldogs watching. We've got them at Vail Ranch Middle School. In Circle, Montana, the eastern part of Big Sky Country, there are some Wildcats watching. They're at Circle High School. And on the East Coast, in the Granite State, the Panthers are poised at Three Rivers School. We found them in Pembroke, New Hampshire. Growing up, I used to hate mowing the lawn. Then again, I never had this. Oh yeah, if you need a full-fledged motorcycle helmet to ride it, chances are it's for the best yard chore ever. Honda recently broke the lawnmower speed record with this. It weighs 308 pounds, it's got 109 horsepower from a motorcycle engine. It gets to 60 in 4 seconds. That's faster than your cousin's Camaro. And it just set the lawnmower speed record at 117 miles per hour. The previous record of 88 miles per hour just doesn't cut it. It's like they looked at that speed and knew they could do more. Technology was their motivation. The record was their gratification. They got their goals in gear, kept their speed on the ground, and sliced through that record with great zoysia. We'll have more news for you on Monday. Have a great weekend, y'all.